Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Newsroom. I'm your host, Khalid. But today is the 17th of January 2024. And these are the stories that we will be highlighting during the course of the show. We'll begin with, of course, the unprovoked violation of Pakistan's airspace by Iran. The Foreign Office has said that Pakistan has decided to recall its ambassador from Iran and suspend all the high-level ongoing or planned meetings between the two countries following this unprovoked violation of its airspace by Tehran. Late Tuesday night also, this violation of Pakistan's airspace resulted in the death of 2 innocent children and the injuring of 3 girls. This is also a violation of Pakistan's sovereignty. How did a neighboring country that Pakistan had good relations with managed to breach several protocols? We'll be highlighting different aspects of this in our first segment. Our second story of the day, ladies and gentlemen, concerns our Foreign Minister Jilani Saab, who is in Uganda as we speak. He's attending 2 summits. The first summit is, of course, the ministerial meeting of the 19th NAM summit that is happening in Kampala in Uganda, where he has highlighted Pakistan's commitment to the non-aligned movement and its founding principles. Then he will be also going for the 3rd South Summit G77 plus China that is also being held in Kampala from the 19th to the 22nd of this very month. We'll be highlighting different aspects of it, what happened there, and what is the importance and the participation of Pakistan in the non-aligned movement. Then we'll be talking about the caretaker Prime Minister Anwar al-Haq Saab, who is participating. Of course, as we know that he is in Davos, he's attending the World Economic Forum, but he's also doing a lot of meetings on the sidelines. For example, he has participated in the Pathfinders Breakfast. He has also met with the Prime Minister of Lebanon and other important leaders. He has tried to plead for Pakistan's case as a good hub for investors to come in and invest in our country. We'll be highlighting that aspect in our third story today. Let's begin with our first, and that concerns the violation of Pakistan's airspace by Iran, which happened last night, in fact. And it happened just some time after our caretaker Prime Minister had met with one of their leaders, and also a day after the 2 navies had held a joint military exercises. Why did this happen? What were the and what is going to now be the forthcoming response by Pakistan? We've already seen what is the Foreign Office spokesperson has said. There have been 2 statements that have emanated from our Foreign Office, but we'll be highlighting that and different other aspects of this violation of Pakistan's sovereignty with our guest who is in the studios, Brigadier Masud Ahmad Khan Sahab. He's a defense analyst. Brigadier Sahab, thank you very much to have joined us. Brigadier Sahab, how do you view this violation of Pakistan's airspace, of Pakistan's sovereignty by a country such as Iran?
Something very unbelievable. I am at least shocked. And we, as a Pakistani Muslim, we never expected such an act from Iran. This is something violation of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Pakistan. So therefore, this is something we cannot digest an attack from the Iranian side. And that too, the attack, the missiles or the drones which were launched across Pakistan, deep inside Pakistan, as you highlighted, killing 2 children and injuring 3 others of the same family, and they targeted a 2-room mud house. And terming it a headquarter of a band outfit. That is very unfortunately, despite the fact we as a Pakistan has been supporting the Iranis when they were isolated. They're still in isolation, and there were sanctions, and we have been preventing other nations, especially United States, from acting against Iran. Thereby, we try to protect them in the past as well, and still we are doing same. But despite all those, they went for this attack on the so-called terrorist hideouts inside Pakistan. This is a mechanism on ground which was concluded between the 2 countries in 2013 as well as in 2018 to jointly carry out the coordination or the combat terrorism along the borders. And Pakistan, in past, we rescued some of the Iranian security forces personnel. They were kidnapped and they were taken inside Pakistan. So we rescued them, we returned those individuals to Iran. But despite all the fact, in the past there were occasions where Iranian guards, they intruded inside Pakistan territory and they carried out some of the actions inside Pakistan, but still we ignored those. But now attacking with missiles in the present scenario of the best, when we see the developments in the West Asia, especially in the Middle East, and instead of targeting those which are basically they have pitched, they are pitched against Iran, they have targeted Pakistan. Probably they are demonstrating or they are flexing their muscles and giving a message to United States that we can, besides using the proxies in the region, we can target other countries. Targeting Syria, Iraq, understood, but targeting Pakistan, Pakistan is the 7th largest army in the world, a nuclear power, and you dare attack Pakistan. So that is unacceptable. We cannot digest such a act from Iran. So therefore, there is a requirement of, as the steps which are taken by the government, they are well appreciated and across Pakistan.
All right, Brigadier Sahib, I would also like to understand, this is not only a violation of several protocols, breach of several protocols, violation of sovereignty, but also of international law and the purposes and the principles of the charters of the United Nations. Doesn't Iran realize this basic principle when it has itself been subject to different sanctions because of its nuclear program with the P5+1?
Yeah, exactly. That is very unfortunate. As I said, basically on the developments in the regions, and recently we have seen the actions taken by the Israel as well as by the United States, the developments in the Red Sea, and the domestic pressure, precisely the domestic pressure on the Iranis to act against Israel as well as against the interest of United States. But they are unable to act against them. So therefore, in order to address the audiences of Iranian audience, so therefore for domestic consumption, they have carried out these attacks by attacking Syria, then Iraq and then Pakistan to give a message that we are doing it. But unfortunately, look, Mohsin Fakhrizadeh, the top scientist of the Iran, he was assassinated inside Iran, and they put the blame on Israel. So no action was taken against Israel. Then Qasem Soleimani, who was assassinated inside Iraq, no action was taken against all those. They accused United States and Israel, but no action was taken. So therefore, and instead of going to against the actual perpetrators according to them, but they have shown their power hitting here and there.
But Brigadier Sahib, you know, how, I mean, I was also reading what the Iranian media was saying. How can a media of a country, or how can a country justify the unjustifiable? Because this is what I'm reading in the media, that whatever they did was completely justified. How can it be justified when it is violating so many rules and regulations?
There is no question of justifying. They are unable to justify. No, the statement, they are not trying to cover up. Initially, the statement which was given by Jaish-e-Adl, a reference was made to him, but actually Jaish-e-Adl is now the proxy of Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. And basically, the message initially which was floated in the social media was that claiming Jaish-e-Adl said, our targets, they have been hit inside Pakistan. But that was taken back, and they said it was a mistake. They were trying to target our installations or the headquarters in Balochistan. So there was a confusion, and subsequently they are trying to cover up the initial fire which was carried out. That was intentionally which was done inside Pakistan. So it is basically, it was done by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps in accordance, in close collaboration with Iranian intelligence. That is simple. There is no doubt as far as we Pakistanis are concerned.
Whatever be their aims, I'd like to refer to what the Foreign Office spokesperson said, and I quote her. She said, Pakistan reserves the right to respond to this illegal act, and the responsibility for the consequences will lie squarely with Iran. What are Pakistan's options now?
Pakistan has already taken some of the action, as we have seen, that we have recalled our ambassador, and Iranian ambassador has been told to stay put,
not to return to Pakistan.
There is no requirement of returning to Pakistan. At the same time, we have asked one of our delegation which were in Chabahar to return to Pakistan. At the same time, we have also ceased all the diplomatic movements between the two countries. But these are the diplomatic steps. But there is a pressure on the government of Pakistan to take some military action. And we, in the past, we have taken action. When we talk of Iran, India, and we demonstrated our capability on 27 February 2019 when we shot down the Indian MiG-21 and we captured Abhinandan. So that is how, when we can teach, we can taught lesson to Indians. So why not about Iranis? So there is a requirement of giving a befitting reply of previously. Pakistan has been accusing Iran of harboring these Baloch militants from operating from their safe haven inside Iran. The brass which was constituted by the Indian RA in 2018, basically that comprised the Baloch militant organization BLA, BLF, BRA. Subsequently, they have been using the Afghan safe havens as well as the Iranian safe havens. Their leaders, mainly Allah Nazar and others, they were found and they were seen, they were reported inside Iran. So they have been using in the past. So all the major attacks in the past, the assassination of former Chief Justice Nur Muhammad Maskanzai was claimed by BLA and they came from Iran. Then there was an attack on coastal highway when the 14 security personnel, they were martyred, again claimed by the BLA. Then they again came from Iran. Two security forces camps, FC camps in Panjgur and Noshki, they were attacked, again claimed by the BLA, they came from Iran, and some attack carried out in Kech, and then targeting Chinese. So the base of operation was inside and is inside Iran, because as you know, the focus at present is the Makran division where Gwadar lies. So Gwadar, they are trying, because Gwadar has relegated the importance of Chabahar. So every country is basically working for their own interests. So therefore, they and other hostile powers, they are trying to destabilize Pakistan, target the CPEC projects inside Pakistan. So that is how things are happening in the past. And that's why, and we as a Pakistan protested several times, and we have given them the evidence of the involvement of Baloch outfits, militants operating from Iranian soil. And look, Kulbhushan Jadev, his base of operation was Chabahar, and he was captured inside Balochistan. Another person, Uzair Baloch, if you recall, he was found with the several passports given by the Iranian authorities. So he was working for them. So there are, we have evidence, and so therefore, and despite all these factors, we still try to manage things with Iran. But unfortunately, this has happened, and this is something not expected, and this is something very serious, and that has violated our honor, our sovereignty.
That is so true, and there are also, as you have yourself said, deep politics at play, deep regional politics at play here for interests. Speaking of politics, I'd like to refer to what the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning has said, and I quote her. She said, "We call on both sides to exercise restraint, avoid actions that would lead to an escalation of tension, work together to maintain peace and stability, and we consider both Iran and Pakistan as close neighbors and major Islamic countries." Can China play an important role? What will be China's role as far as this incident is concerned?
So we have all the respect for the Chinese, and no doubt trusted friends. Certainly, but in this particular case, our sovereignty that has been violated. So therefore, there cannot be any more talks as far as bilateral relations are concerned. That has been violated. So there is a requirement of taking strict action now to give the message to Iranian authorities. This is not acceptable. Pakistan is not Somalia, Pakistan is not Yemen, Pakistan is not Iraq, Pakistan is not Syria. As I said, is a nuclear country. So beware of our capabilities. If we can do with India, then Iran has no standing at all.
What are the international global repercussions of this incident? I can understand the repercussions between Pakistan and Iran from the Pakistan side as well, but what happens as far as the West is concerned that already has a lot of grudges as far as Iran is concerned?
Certainly, they have already serious reservation as far as Iran is concerned because of the developing situation in the Middle East, because of their proxies. When we talk of, when they refer it to Hamas, when we talk of Hezbollah, then Houthis now in the Red Sea, and these proxies inside Syria as well as in Iraq. So they are, besides using those proxies, now they are also using this, attacking the countries. Thereby, instead of blaming the Western countries for widening the conflict, no, Iranis, they are trying to drag Pakistan into the conflict by firing these missiles. So probably the Iranians should be held responsible, and the international community, they understand where the fault lies.
All right. I also, I just want your point of view on one comment that was given by the caretaker Balochistan Information Minister Jana Chakzai, who said that terrorism was a common threat to all the countries, and he said such acts of airspace violations by Iran undermine the neighborly relations, trust, and renewed trade linkages established with Balochistan. How do you see this statement? What are the long-term repercussions as far as our mutual trade is concerned?
Certainly, this violation will and is likely to affect our relation in the times to come. It is something very serious. And as far as bilateral trade is concerned, it will also affect the bilateral trade. We have 3 openings as far as Iran is concerned for the trade. As you know, this is we recently, the Iranian president was in Pakistan, and with former Prime Minister, they are inaugurated some of the markets on the border side. So this will also affect them. So certainly it will have issues with both countries. But certainly, as far as trade is concerned, trade has become a secondary issue, but the foremost issue for the country is the sovereignty.
Former Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif Saab says sincere dialogue and meaningful cooperation between the 2 countries is the need of the hour. Can dialogue help at this juncture? So
we have been talking to Iranian authorities, as you highlighted. 15 minutes before these missiles were fired, the Prime Minister in Davos, he was meeting with the Iranian Foreign Minister, and then there was a trade delegation in Chabahar, and our Foreign Minister was talking with some of the Iranian officials. So they were in
naval exercises were happening.
Naval exercise was going on. So they were in touch with each other. Despite all that fact, they were trying to deceive us, and they were trying to achieve some deception or surprise by doing this. But the consequences of this violation probably will be serious now.
Now, I'd like to extend this talk putting in mind a quote by former Federal Minister Shahri Rehman, who also, while expressing her disbelief on this attack, said that such strikes erode Muslim unity at an existential moment of great need for jointly navigating forums of cooperation while traffic and painful genocide in Gaza at the hand of Israel is happening. Is there going to be a wider repercussion? Because what Shahri Rehman says is quite true. There needs to be a unity, but what is happening is disunity between Muslim countries, especially those who we thought were friendly.
Yeah, exactly. There are 57 Muslim countries. They are part of OIC, but we were failed to give a unanimous resolution as far as Gaza situation is concerned. There was just paperwork, etc. And in even Arab League, there are 22 countries. They were failed to give a declaration on the Gaza situation. Therefore, they were told to be part of OIC subsequently. And certainly, we as a Muslim Ummah, we are not united. We are divided, and everybody is working for their own interests. So Pakistan has its own interests in the region, and we will go for our national interests. Certainly, we as a Pakistani, certainly we would like to have the unity among the various Muslim countries. But unfortunately, that is not there. Every country is working for their self-interest. So let's see things where things goes in the times to come.
The next couple of days are extremely crucial.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now, do you feel violence and conflict are exactly what non-state actors or terrorists are seeking to further destabilize the region? What needs to be done by Pakistan, that is a very responsible Muslim country and a nuclear state at that? Do you feel that we need to also deal with such non-state actors that are also present across the border, whether it be in India or in Iran, to also tackle them at the same time as also tackling the such menacing attacks by a country such as Iran?
In case of Pakistan, we have a non-state actors. There is a TTP that is now they are having a safe haven inside Afghanistan. But as far as our borders with Iran is concerned, 909 kilometers long border with Iran, the non-state actors, both the countries, as I said, they have a joint mechanism and they have the concern of one of the banned outfit working against the interests of both countries. So in the past, we rescued Iranian authorities and we recovered one of those kidnapped soldiers from inside, and we also provided them intelligence, etc. And similarly, from the Iranian side, we haven't seen any assistance or support when we give them the details of information of BLA, BLF and BRG operating from Afghanistan, from Iranian soil. So as I narrated all those attacks in the recent past in the Makran division mainly, they were basically the base of operation was Iran. So the non-state actors, they are being controlled by the Iranian authorities, unfortunately, for their own interests. That is how things are happening, and the international, and previously they basically, if you recall, they accused United States, Israel, Saudi Arabia for handling Jaish-e-Adal. More recently, they said it is Afghanistan which is providing material support and etc. to the Jaish-e-Adal, but they carry out missile attack on Pakistan. This is something unbelievable, which is I cannot comprehend. As I said, they are trying to basically flexing their muscles, giving a message.
Who are they giving this message to exactly? This is, I mean, to Pakistan, I don't understand.
Not to Pakistan, but to United States and Israel. They want to show their capability, beside telling them we have proxies in the Middle East and what they are doing as we know. And at the same time, I have the capability to strike Iraq, Syria, and now Pakistan. And that is how they are trying to demonstrate. But I don't think so. But Pakistan is not, as I said, not Somalia, Libya, Yemen, etc. And Pakistan has all the right and capabilities to retaliate.
Jalil Abbas Jirani Saab talked to his Iranian counterpart, Hussein Amir Abdullahian. He condemned the terrorist attack, reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to Iran in combating terrorism. Combating terrorism is extremely important, but when you misconstrue it and use mechanisms such as that has been used by the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, as you sort of have said, don't you feel this undermines or this completely gives a totally different perspective to this whole commitment towards terrorism that Pakistan has been adhering to?
Look, Pakistan is combating terrorism right from after 9/11. And Pakistan has, the Pakistan army and civilian, they have given thousands of sacrifices for this war on terror.
No doubt about it.
And so we realize the importance of combating terrorism. So therefore, it is our interest that our borders are safe, whether they are in Afghanistan, along the Afghan border or the Iranian borders. So therefore, our interest was to safeguard our borders. So that's why the borders, they were fenced. The Iranian border that has been fenced, 990 kilometer border has been fenced. But despite the fencing, but still they are facilitating the infiltration inside Pakistan. All these attacks recently which were carried out, basically they came from Iran and they carried out these attacks. So terrorism is not the interest of any country, nor in Pakistan, nor Iran, or in case of Afghanistan. So combating terrorism, it has become an international agenda.
All right. Well, let's see. We are all waiting now what happens in the next few days, because these days are going to be very crucial for Pakistan. And of course, Pakistan will not step back in any way whatsoever. And as we have seen in the statements by the Foreign Office as well, since this happened last night. But at the end of it all, Brigadier Saab, all I can say, it is so unfortunate that a country that we call our friend has acted in a totally opposite manner, breaching all protocols. And you know, this is something, this comes as a shocker, and I'm sure it comes as a shocker to you as well.
Exactly. And before, look, Iran, we have very historic relations with Iran, right from 1947. They have been helping us, supporting us, Pakistan, at international forums. During the war with India, they have been supporting us. But things changed after the Islamic Revolution came in Iran, and then subsequently we drifted apart. And now the situation, we have delicate situation.
It is nevertheless a delicate situation. Let's see what the next days have in store for that. Thank you very much, Brigadier Masud Ahmad Khan, Sub-Defense Analyst, to have joined us and to have talked to us about this very, very important and sensitive issue that Pakistan is now facing. Let's come to our second story, ladies and gentlemen, and that concerns our caretaker, Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jilani Saab, who has attended the ministerial meeting of the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit in Kampala in Uganda. He has highlighted Pakistan's commitment to the non-aligned movement and its founding principles. He has also emphasized that Pakistan will continue to support the movement's efforts towards peace, equality, cooperation and the well-being for all, and has called on the just, peaceful and expeditious resolution of the long-standing issues of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. We've been joined by Muhammad Hassan Wazir. He's Pakistan's ambassador to Uganda. Excellency, thank you very much to have joined us. It's a pleasure to have you here to talk about this very important issue, which of course includes non-aligned movement summit as well as Pakistan-Uganda relations. What factors, sir, made the Pakistani government consider reopening of Pakistan's embassy in Kampala, Uganda, because I understand it was closed beforehand?
Thank you so much. Actually, we have been here for the last 2 years. We have opened 5 missions in 2022 in Africa. And this is because of the Look Africa policy initiated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Pakistan. And then it was adopted by the cabinet in the previous government. And fortunately, then we have opened 5 new missions in Africa. Now our total mission is, they are 19 in numbers. Still we are under representation, but we hope that we will open few more missions as well. Actually, the drive towards Africa expansion diplomatic missions is economic and commercial relations. We want to strengthen our commercial and economic relations with Africa, because Africa is considered to be the future world basket of food. It is a huge continent and we cannot ignore it. And the international community, they are coming towards Africa for opportunities and for investment, for trade, for commercial activities. So that is why we have opened our mission here. And I think, yes, we are a little bit late, but still it is not too late that we have opened our mission in Uganda. Similarly, I will tell you that we have also opened 4 missions in Africa, that is in Djibouti, Rwanda, Ivory Coast, and Ghana, Uganda being the 5th one.
Excellency Wazir, I'd like to understand the role of the Pakistani community as far as Uganda is concerned. The Pakistani community has been there for a lot of decades, even when the Pakistani embassy wasn't opened there. But how has their contribution or their stay in Uganda contributed to the relations between both the countries and also towards being ambassadors of Pakistan in Uganda?
Yes, you are very right, because we have almost 10,000 plus Pakistani community which are living here for the last so many decades. Some of them have come to Uganda almost a century ago, and then their second generation, third generation, and in some cases there are 4th generation which is living in Uganda. So we have that much community, and by the grace of God, they are all gainfully employed, and they have their own business in different sectors, in different areas of the economy. They have invested hugely in this part of the world, and they are earning good. Plus, they are also the source of connectivity between Pakistan and Uganda. And you know that Uganda got independence in 1962. Earlier than that, we got independence in 1947. But since then, over the last 50 or 60 or 70 years, we didn't have any diplomatic presence in this country, but our community, which is an asset to us, was there, and they are still there, and they are contributing too much to the relations between the two countries. They are also investing here, so that is why they are also contributing to the development of this country, as well as they are also supporting the poor people in Uganda, and also they are investing in supporting their relatives in Pakistan back home.
Excellency Mohammad Hassan Wazir, Uganda is an agricultural-based economy. So is more or less Pakistan. Agriculture being the common denominator between the two, how can both countries cooperate further in this sector?
Look, Uganda has got very good weather and climate. There are no 4 seasons, but there is only one season, and it is throughout the year. The top crop of Uganda includes coffee, tea, cotton, sugarcane, and all that. So we are importing from Uganda teas, pulses, beans, and then cotton, and then hides, animal hides. So these are in top demand in Pakistan. So I think that our traders can benefit from the huge raw material of this country. This country has got rain almost on daily basis. There are vast patches of land, and the agriculture sector is also supported by the government of Uganda, and they have they are providing very good incentives to the investors as well. For Pakistani businessmen, I think when they come and invest here and explore this country, I think our businessmen and our investor will never go disheartened, and they will definitely get their profits. And it is again, a source of future basket, because food basket for the future, because Uganda is traditionally called the Pearl of Africa. So pearl because raw material is huge, opportunities are vast. So that is why traders and investors from across the globe, they are coming towards Uganda. And in the recent years, many countries like China or Malaysia, Egypt, Turkey, and some European countries, so they are coming to Uganda, and they are investing here, and definitely they get their profits as well. So there is a huge opportunity for Pakistani traders and businessmen. From Pakistani side, we export actually very little to Uganda, and that includes medical and surgical instruments, or rice, and then cotton, and the cotton products. But you see, the whole trade is actually very, very low, almost $42 million last year. Out of that, only 8 million export went from Pakistan. So rest is import from Uganda. So there is an opportunity. There is a good opportunity for for our traders, investors in both ways. And I hope that our traders, investors, they will definitely avail this opportunity and they will come. Now that we have opened our mission, there is huge potential, and we are in direct contact with the business community and the government here and also in Pakistan. So I think in the years to come, we will be able to increase our trade.
All right, Excellency, you said that now that the mission is open in Uganda, but there are certain issues that Pakistanis who have the Ugandan citizenship are complaining of, and that is the ownership of land. Can you or your embassy help in that regard?
Look, I to be honest, our community, they are very law-abiding community here in Uganda, and you will not find any labor here. All are self-employed, they have their business. And similarly, as I told you earlier, the Ugandan government extends agriculture facilities for investment. And similarly, they are also encouraging outside investment and investors to come and buy land, lease land, and then cultivate it. I haven't heard, by the way, that there are some difficulties as you mentioned, but I am aware that our Pakistani community, so many Pakistani community members that I know, and I visited some of the places that they have thousands of acres of land for so many years, for 30 years, for 40 years, and they are cultivating it and they do not have any issue. And in case if there is issue, we are here and we will definitely take it up with the government, and I hope that we will extend possible assistance if there is any issue on that account.
Our caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Jilani Saab is in Uganda, is in Kampala as we speak. He is attending the 19 non-aligned movement, the ministerial meet of the 19 non-aligned movement. That is, of course, extremely important. Pakistan's participation is paramount because of Pakistan's role in different organizations such as the NAM. And then, of course, there's also the third South Summit, G77 plus China, that is also happening in Kampala between the 19th and the 22nd. Speaking of these two important summits, how does Pakistan envision enhancing different exchanges, whether it be cultural or whether it be people-to-people exchanges among the non-aligned movement countries or the G77 member states? And what would be the role of your embassy in that regard?
Yes, two things I think I would like to say in this regard. First, regarding our foreign minister's presence here, and two, contribution of Pakistan towards non-aligned movement and third South Asian. First, presence of our foreign minister. Yes, the as you know, non-aligned movement and then the South-South cooperation, usually it is called G77 plus China. So these are two organizations. I think they are the second and the third biggest organization outside the United Nations. So hosting two summits back to back by Uganda, it is of paramount importance, and the presence of our foreign minister is definitely there because we play active role in both these summits. But what I see, his presence is from another angle, and that is his visit to Kampala, Uganda, because as I mentioned, we have diplomatic relations, friendly relations with Uganda, but our bilateral visits are not that much frequent. So I think foreign minister visit to Uganda in itself is a big success, and it is taking place almost 15 years after 15 years, because in 2008 our foreign minister came last time to Uganda. So it is after 15 years that he is visiting Uganda, and definitely he will be having interactions with the leadership in the government and on different level, and also at the summit level. So this is very important for us, for our bilateral relations, because only then we can, you see, interaction is very important between the countries. So his presence definitely will add to our further close cooperation. Secondly, his presence is also important because our community, as I told you, thousands of people, they are living here for decades. So they have actually built a free eye hospital, which they give it to the Ugandan people as a gift. And the all treatment, including cataract surgeries, consultations, and training of the Ugandan nurses and doctors by Pakistani doctors, they will be done there. So he will also inaugurate that hospital as well. It has a symbolic significance. Number two, our High Commission will also be inaugurated by the Foreign Minister. Towards NAM, yes, Pakistan is, as I told you, is actively participating in both these summits, and Pakistan extends technical assistance to our countries in the NAM and South in terms of you see, training and other assistance, like we are providing training to diplomats, to bankers, to railway trainees. So in that case, we extend hugely. And in the regional organization, for example, ECO, you see D8, ACD, we are also extending different assistance to our, sister countries. And I hope Pakistan is playing a very active role. We hope that the visit of the foreign minister to Uganda will definitely increase in our interaction with this leadership and the government officials of this country, and similarly add significantly to the importance of NAM and South-South Cooperation Organization.
All right, let's wishing that this begins a new chapter as far as the relations between both the countries are concerned. And of course, the participation of Jalil Wazirani Saab not only in the non-aligned movement summit, but also in the South-South or the G77 plus China summit is going to be extremely important because of Pakistan's participation. Thank you very much, Excellency Muhammad Hassan Wazir Saab, Ambassador of Pakistan to Uganda, to have joined us and to have detailed so much of the relationship that both the countries enjoy in the perspective of this visit of caretaker Prime Minister for Foreign Affairs. Thank you very much, sir, to have joined us. Let's come to our last story, and that concerns caretaker Prime Minister Anwar al-Haqqaqar Saab, who is in Davos. He is attending the World Economic Forum. At the same time, he's had a lot of meetings on the sidelines and has participated on many important moods, such as the Trade Tech's $1 trillion promise meeting organized by the WEF, whether it be the Pathfinders breakfast that happened in Davos today as well. That and more we'll discuss with our correspondent Shabir Ahmed Wagra, who is online with us. Shabir, thank you very much to have joined us. Our caretaker Prime Minister has had a very, very important and busy day today. What were the highlights?
Yes, Omar, you rightly pointed out that caretaker Prime Minister Anwar al-Haqqaqar spent a busy day in Davos today, and one of the very important and the highlight of the day was his participation in the Trade Tech's $1 trillion promise meeting, which was attended by the leading companies, and it was organized by World Economic Forum, where Prime Minister has emphasized and underscored the importance of ensuring equal access to technology for all nations. During the forum, Prime Minister also said that by ensuring this, this will enable the nations to take advantage of the 21st century scientific advancements. The Prime Minister also highlighted that there is a huge population in the world which is better when strategic competition occurs in terms of technology. And he stressed that strategic competition needs to be addressed, which at times overshadows economic competition. Then Prime Minister started the day with the participation in a breakfast event which was organized by Pathfinders Group, where Prime Minister highlighted Pakistan's different sectors, also Pakistan's potential, especially due to the potential extended by Pakistan due to its vast population of 240 million people, and also the IT sector potential. And Prime Minister highlighted that how government is transforming this sector to increase revenue from the IT sector. He also underscored the potential of Pakistan in tourism over there, and also expressed his desire that they have done a lot of work, which the upcoming government, when they will take over, they will have a clear footprint that how to move ahead in different sectors. Then Prime Minister also had a bilateral meeting with the Prime Minister of Belgium, where the two Prime Ministers they discussed different ways and means of enhancing bilateral relations, and they also noted that completion of 75 years of establishment of diplomatic relations, and reaffirmed both the leaders reaffirmed their commitment to enhance high-level exchanges and bilateral cooperation between the two countries, especially in the fields of trade and investment, migration and mobility, and higher education. And they also discussed different regional and global developments during this meeting as well. So Prime Minister also expected to meet Chief Executive Officer of Coca-Cola Company, and also Bill and Melinda Gates had Bill Gates today, later today.
All right. Thank you very much, Shabir, to have given us all these important details of the very important day that our caretaker Prime Minister Anwar Kakar Sahab has held in Davos in Switzerland on the sidelines and as part of the World Economic Forum. And of course, Pakistan's participation will go a long way in not only highlighting the different issues that Pakistan is facing, but also making its presence felt in the Committee of Nations. Thank you very much, Shabir, to have joined us. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to an end of today's newsroom. We'll see you inshallah tomorrow with new stories, segments that pertain to us, you and Pakistan. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.